Okay, where the fuck are we at here? We are not looking good. Dow Jones Industrial currently down 1,458 points. We are quite literally being fucked in the ass, economically speaking. Hamana, 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 hamana. No, I did not hear about Russell Brand. What happened to Russell Brand? Good morning to everybody that's been saying good morning, or good afternoon to those of you who are living in a time zone where it's afternoon. No, we're not being grifted. We're being fleeced. He got charged with rape and sexual assault. Bye-bye, Russell. Where did he get charged? What state? You've lost 10 grand since the imbecile announced the tariffs? You'll have that. Oh, in the UK. Gotcha. Well, thank you very much, Bama Girl, for the tip. I appreciate that. All gifts are greatly appreciated, and thank you to each and every person that sends one in advance. I will obviously thank you when they happen as well. Yeah, that's probably why he went UK. He fits in very good over there at UK. Really? You're going to ban my email or my live within 1 minute? Permanent ban will ensue? Hang on a second, notification. Let me just tell you to go fuck yourself. There you go. Bye-bye, notification. You fucking scamming pieces of shit. Do I know anyone MAGA in my life? Yeah. You don't believe Russell Brand? You did it? What's up with the notification scam? Just scammers. Trying to get you to shut down your live because they don't like you. That Spice Girl was so dumb she made me embarrassed to be a human being. What are you talking about? What am I smoking? Weed. Herb. Mary Jane, 420. The Sticky Icky. The Chronic. The Illy. Jazz Cabbage. The Lord's Lettuce. Broccoli Wand. Grass. Maui Wowie. Is that better? Did that help at all? Am I back? Guess who's back? Back again. Tommy's back. Tell a little friend. Guess who's back? 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 All right, so what the fuck are we talking about? I don't even remember what the topic of conversation was. What year did I start smoking? I am going to be 53 in May. I started smoking when I was 13. Quite literally 4 years ago. This year. Did I see the Dow? Yeah, it's getting fucking. That's what Donald Trump is doing to the Dow Jones Industrial and everybody's 401k. You can fucking take that fucking mushroom dick. That's exactly what he's doing. And the fucking idiots are sitting there clapping like fucking seals. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's playing four-dimensional chess. No, he's not. He's fucking tanking the economy, you fucking idiots. I haven't looked at it in a couple of minutes. Hang on. The Dow Jones Industrial, as of right now, is down 1,410 points. It is down to 39,135. By the way, the Dow, January 20th was a holiday, the day he got inaugurated, so the Dow was, the market was closed. The next day, the Dow opened at 43,528, closed at 44,025. We're at 39,115. He's eradicating trillions of dollars worth of fucking gains. Yo, how's it going? It's going, how's it going with you? You just turned 70? Well, happy birthday, first and foremost. And yeah, we're all old pot smokers, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you're still above ground, breathing and doing your thing. Can the rich capitalize on that? They will capitalize on that. If you have any money to invest in the market, when you see it tanking like this is when you can step in and buy stocks. The question is, where's the bottom? Are we going to see the bottom today, tomorrow? If you guys could share this live with as many people as humanly possible, bring in all your friends and family members for this impromptu live, that would be greatly appreciated. Do you believe in God? I've already answered that. No, I don't. No, I'm not going to stop smoking. And that's a cigarette emoji. I don't smoke cigarettes. This is marijuana. I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed. And with all due respect, you're never going to stop me from doing that. What strain? My guy tells me what strain it is. Sometimes he writes it on the bag. He didn't write it on the bag this time. I don't know what it is. It is what it is what it is. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't believe in him if Trump choked on a Big Mac this weekend. Happy birthday to all April babies. Yes, happy birthday to all April babies except for my little brother. He can go fuck himself. And then next month will be my birthday month. Canifest in Pennsylvania. Nice. Nice. I don't do shout outs. You want me to do a shout out? You go over to my Cameo page and you book a shout out video. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're gonna wait until you retire in 3 years to try weed? You can't now because of a job, I'm assuming. So glad to catch your live. Love the commentary. Thank you very much. Hard to be in Texas, I can imagine. Finally caught a stream. Really glad to actually be here. Been a fan. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I go live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. In between, I just go live whenever I feel like it. So there's no regular schedule outside of the Tuesday nights, but Tuesday nights are set 7 p.m. Central. I go live every Tuesday night. Other than that, I do these impromptu lives, and then they go up in the form of a video on my page, so you can go back and you can watch the other impromptu lives and some of the Tuesday night stuff we do. Don't know what to tell you, Mohammed. Sorry. Hello from Kenya, or to Kenya. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much, Sherry. Oh yeah, you're live again. I am new sub here. Just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. God loves you, man, even when you don't believe it. But just know He loves you very much. Give your life to Him. I don't give my life to any fictional being. If you believe in God, that's fine. I don't begrudge you your ability to do it. My wife believes in God. All three of my kids were baptized that I raised. Um, I have no problem if you believe in God. Here's where I have a problem. If you try to make me believe in your God, or if you try to dictate laws for all of us based on what you think your God wants, go worship your God, man. If the Bible helps you be a better person, read it every day. If praying helps you be a better person, pray every day. If telling other people they're going to roast in hell if they don't believe the way you do and that they need to give their lives up to your God is how you better be a better person, you're not being a better person. You're just shoving your shit down everybody else's throat. Well, updated news on what specifically? No, I am not Santa. Although I do have a Santa hat. Thank you very much, MJ Seahawk, for the tips. I appreciate that. And the kind words. Anyone else besides me? I don't like smoke. For when I travel. Since you can't get flour through the airport, but you can get this through the airport. Double tap on the dono? What does that mean? Is anyone going to take action against the guy, or is it all just what they can't take action? We did not give them the legal power to take action. There's no action to take. They can keep objecting to and opposing to and voting against his agenda, but they don't hold the power. In the Senate, they can stop more things from happening than in the House, but a simple majority in the House gets his agenda passed. We need to do better in the midterms. We need to stop being complacent. We need to stop having people stand up. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying there. To the gentleman with the tips, my apologies. Jesus Christ, man, there's a lot of fucking commentary going by really fucking fast. Hello from Italy. Randomly found you on Impromptu Live and decided to hop in. Currently watching everything unfold and from across the pond. I am half aware. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Our stock markets are tanking. People are getting fired left and right. Layoffs are happening now by the thousands. Stock market is down 1,582 points currently. It's below 39,000. We're literally in a trade war with every fucking country on the planet, including countries whose only inhabitants are penguins. We are full blown off the chain insane over here right now. Off the fucking chain insane. And people hitting the Santa aspect hard. Yes, I know. I'm fat and have a big white beard. Y'all motherfuckers are like that woman in Bad Santa that it's got some kind of obsession with Santa. Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa. I mean, Jesus. I get it. I look like Santa. Easy. What flag is that? If you don't mind me asking, I don't know what that flag is off the top of my head. Renee was she's now across the hall, like doing painting with her friend from New York. They get on the line virtual and they water paint together and kind of shoot the shit for a while. Any Metal Dorito sightings? No, but my God, there's a fucking band name in there somewhere, isn't there? Metal Dorito. Yeah, yeah. Then we're going to be making a video about that. How can this midterm help the U.S. politics? By electing Democrats. If Democrats hold Congress, then he doesn't get what he wants. Greetings from the Great White North, all the way up there, don't you know? You can impeach him, but you're not going to remove him. All you can do is symbolically impeach him. You're so handsome. You need to see an eye doctor. I'm sure there's an America's Best within a 10 or a 15-minute drive of wherever you are. I suggest you hop online and make an appointment post haste. I'm so lonely. You know, you might have to dig deep and pay for it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to ante up and get yourself a pro. Why was there an uproar about Montana? It was only one person in one section. I don't know. And people just throw all kinds of shit out here, man. It is like an emotional and trauma dumping in the comment section sometimes. I try to always bring receipts because without data, you're just another person with an opinion. No, I cannot give you money. Avoiding the truth shows Tom is either merely a dishonest YouTuber or he is a paid disinformation pusher. You'd be correct. 110% correct if I was avoiding the truth. You're welcome to debunk any of my videos where I bring actual data and information and back up what I tell you. Santa, can I be one of your elves? Okay, we're done with the Santa stuff. Sorry, man. I don't care if you don't have any money, with all due respect. I mean, I do care about people that don't have money. I just don't care if you don't have any money because you're just an annoying fucking troll. And now you're an annoying troll that is going to scream into the yawning chasm that is the internet. And none of us are going to be able to see it because you've been hidden now for the remainder of this live. So type away. Scream into your tablet. You're going to march tomorrow? Hey, to each their own, man. To each their own. I have absolutely no problem with people making their voices heard. I have absolutely no problem with people feeling the need to have a presence, show their disdain. What are you marching? Is it political? Is it Elon? Is it Tesla? Washington State, hello. Oh, you just gotta Google stuff. Favorite music? I'm a huge fan of, uh, I guess it would be Tibetan um, monastery music. A lot of percussion going on. A lot of big drums and gongs. It's pretty classic rock is really what it is. Classic rock with some metal and some 80s and that rock. The Tibetan shit is cool, but you know what I mean. I'm into pre-colonial Peruvian folk music. Jesus. Oh, okay, where are we at here? My veterans and my Social Security. What? No, definitely not a Ponzi scheme. All is relatively well with the family. You got a Dickies cup too? We have a million Dickies cups. Yeah, 34% tariff placed by China on all American goods. You want to know what that's going to do to the agriculture industry? Ask me how I know. That's right, because my semis pull nothing but bulk agricultural exports, and some of that shit goes to China. And it's going to be 34% more expensive now to fucking get into the country. It's going to fucking devastate things. But no worries, the man with the biggest brain in the room is in charge of it all. I read an article yesterday looking ahead based on the tariffs that were placed by the Trump administration, looking ahead at what things are going to cost once we run out of the product that's already in the United States and the next round of imports has to happen. And they're projecting iPhones to be as much as $2,500 a piece. I just got off the phone with Verizon. I just replaced everybody's iPhone in the family. I replaced mine. I replaced Renee's. I replaced our son's. I replaced my mother-in-law, and I replaced my father-in-law. The only person who's got a phone on my plan that I didn't replace their phone on is Lily, and that's because hers is like about a year old. I ain't paying a fucking $2,500 for a fucking iPhone. Fucking get them upgraded now while you can. Somebody was talking about they're planning to move. Get that done as quickly as you can. Dollar General is going to become a lot more expensive as well. I don't think there are going to be such thing as a dollar or anything. Samsung Gallery. I honestly think people in the U.S. have the mental. I for the life of me cannot understand why Trump supporters are all in behind this portion of his agenda. Listen, I understand why a vast majority of Trump supporters supported building a wall. They want to keep the brown people out. I understand why a vast majority of Trump supporters, went along with ICE raids and detention centers being built and shit like that because I don't like the brown people. This is going to directly fuck them in the ass, right? This is going to tank the fucking economy. There are going to be some of them are already losing their jobs. More are going to lose their jobs. They're watching their 401ks take a fucking beating. They're watching the contraction of a thriving economy, and they're going, yeah, short-term pain for long-term gain. Okay, how much short-term pain are you willing to deal with? You know, my dad was just about to pull his whole 401k before SRBS started happening. He was dragging his feet. Now he's getting as much. Yeah. I know quite a few people voted and haven't been paid attention to. Here's what's going to happen. Some of these people aren't going to get a Social Security check one day, or it's going to be late one day, and they're going to go, where's that Social Security check? And according to the Trump administration, you're supposed to just not question that. And you're supposed to just go, I'm sure next month's check will be here. It's a very big problem with the cult is continuing to follow him off the cliff. Unfortunately, we can't just sit there with our popcorn watching him and the cult go off the cliff because we're all attached to him. So we're going off the fucking cliff with him. You're voting Trump for the third term, so you don't like our Constitution or our way of life. Got it. Exactly, JJ. Exactly. Trump is the Pied Piper of the stupid. Yes. He is the greatest con man the United States of America has ever produced, and his followers are the biggest marks a con man could ever ask for. Doesn't matter what he says. Doesn't matter what he does. They're going to follow him off the cliff. They're watching their 401ks get fucking rocked, and they're going, yeah, fucking Trump, baby. Okay. Yep. They think they'll get a slice. They all think that they're the next billionaire in waiting. Just their turn is just coming up around the corner here, by God. Dumbest group of motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life. Thank you, GML. SD? What's going on with SD? Hang on. Feel sorry for Americans. Trump is going to ruin your country. I think SD is saying that they feel sorry for those of us who didn't vote for Trump because Trump's going to fuck it up for all of us. What? I too do not feel any pity for MAGA voters. Your mom's side is full blown conspiracy. Tariffs will make America great again. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Not as bad as Kamala would. Sure. Once again, whatever you need to tell yourself when your head hits the pillow, man. You can't hear me. Everybody else seems to be able to hear me. Oh, don't worry about Kamala's degrees. Trump had his own university. Trump really is a genius to the dumbest motherfuckers around. I don't know if Kamala would have been a great president, but she sure as hell would have been a better president than what we currently have. Yep, dude said, I love the poorly educated. And they went, he talking about us. Yeah. I met her on the CB. She said her name was Mimi. Sounded like an angel. Felt the earth. Bum, 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 bum. But when I went to meet her, oh man, you should have seen her. Half my height and 3 times my girth. Fucking idiotic, inbred, cousin fucking Hilljacks. Kind of motherfuckers that have MALE written on the side of their fucking mailbox. Well, they're not all inbred, but a significant chunk of them are. Love your shirt, Cheap Trick. Rockford's very own. Thank you. Thanks for the videos. I was trying to read some of these other longer ones. My apologies. No, my mother never did acknowledge or admit to the abuse that she levied on me. To the day she died, she denied it. Trolls want to see the rest of the world burn. At least the mafia was organized crime, right? I'm glad they got Roseanne off TV, since I could give a shit if Roseanne's on TV or not. Hope the military remembers how he treats them. Thanks for the videos. That's the problem. They don't ever remember. They don't. And some of the farmers, you listen to some of these farmers, these dairy farmers in the Dakotas that voted for Donald Trump, and then they're being interviewed because they have such a significant, sizable portion. Thank you very much, Knock, for the incredibly kind gift. They're interviewing these guys because they have, love your sarcastic sense of humor. Thank you. They have quite a few undocumented immigrants working for them. And basically what they're saying is they don't believe that Donald Trump is actually going to deport these undocumented immigrants, because it would be devastating for the economy. And they're watching him round up these undocumented immigrants in state after state after state, and they're when asked, they said, yeah, we'd still vote for him again. At that point in time, it's willful ignorance. Yeah, who is this that keeps saying L smoker? Hang on a second. We need to get rid of some of the trash. Forgive me for a second here. All right, that garbage has been taken out. A lot of farmers also got spanked last time he was in office and only got saved by those huge bailouts. Yes, and quite a few other farmers still lost their farm altogether. I do not play guitar. I do not know how to play guitar. I never learned. Yes, Brazil did get our soybean business last time around. For those of you who are not very familiar with this particular segment, so agriculture exports are huge. And Southeast Asia, China, Vietnam, the Philippines, places like this, they buy a significant portion of our bulk agriculture exports. The last time around, when he put tariffs on, China, who gets most of their agricultural imports into their country from us, predominantly, also gets some from Brazil, gets some from Russia. Brazil's been clearing rainforest to make way for row crops. And the last time around, they turned and they just stopped buying our agricultural commodities, and they started buying more from Brazil and Russia. And then, things kind of normalized, and they went back to buying our shit again. And in the meantime, Brazil's been clearing out even more rainforest and even more rainforest and making room for even more row crops. And now they can take on even more of China's demand. And so, yes, Jesus loves me. I understand. Hang on a second. Here, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the timeout chair over in the closet so that you and him could have a little chat about it between the two of you. Anyway, Brazil's in an even better position to take care of an even greater chunk of China's needs. China, therefore, is like, fine, place tariffs on our shit. We'll just stop buying your agricultural products and we'll start buying them from fucking Brazil and China again. And fuck you, figure it out. Because guess what? You're not only pissing us off, you're pissing the rest of the world off. Our agricultural sector is about ready to take a fucking hit. It's about ready to crater. And with it is going to have a ripple effect. For example, the trucks that haul the bulk agricultural exports, right? It's going to fucking tank. And then all of the money that would normally come from those industries that would get spent in those communities, the ripple effect is real. So that's just one thing that's going on. Gas has gone up here. We were paying, when he first came into office, we were paying like $2.89 at our Sam's Club here. It's $3.35. Translation, hashtag winning. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag libtards. Hashtag latest trend. Do I think Nebraska will go bankrupt? I don't know what's going to happen because we're seeing numbers we haven't. I mean, let's just double check and see where we're at right now. Yeah, so we lost 1,678 points in the Dow yesterday. That's where it closed. We're currently down 1,518. We're down over 3,000 points in less than 48 hours. We are getting fucking rocked. Rocked. Yeah, trillions of dollars of wealth gone. Trillions of dollars of capital gone. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you fucking wrong hole. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. No, stop. Time out. Exit. I don't really follow the the other countries' politics as much as I obviously follow my own. I need a little napkin to put under my cup here. I do not wish to have a ring on my desk. What's up, Canada? The millionaires are going to step in and they're going to start buying in the stock market. Yeah. Whenever we get to whatever the fuck the bottom is. But I don't know. Right now, Bro, when did you knew you are a man? When have you transitioned? Me fail English? That's impossible. Are you suggesting that I was born a woman and transitioned into a man? Is that what you're trying to ask / insinuate? Those 5,000 stimulus will fix everything. Oh yeah, the ones that aren't coming. The Doge checks that Elon Musk just the other day said. I mean, it's really not my call. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Maybe it's like a Buick. I don't know. Maybe he views me as a LeSabre. Thank you for the emojis. Tia. Most American companies import goods and supplies. Exactly. They were comfy cars, man. It was nice cars. An Enclave. Back in the day, we had some nice fucking cars, right? I remember my grandpa having what was it, Torino? Cars that had like fucking full blown couches in the back. You know what I mean? Like full blown fucking sofa in the back. I'm a drop of common sense in a sea of stupidity. God damn it. I never in a million years thought I would reach a point in my life where people viewed me as the voice of common sense. Y'all have had a rough life, haven't you? Fuck yeah, you could make a family in the cars back in the day, man. When I'm talking a full blown sofa, I'm talking a full blown sofa. You know what I mean? You know, if I could kind of paraphrase Ron White here, what do you got over there? I've got 3-inch windshield wipers to keep the headlights of my BMW clear in a rainstorm. What do you have? I got a place to fuck your sister. car industry is going to tank. The car industry is going to suffer. The agriculture industry is going to suffer. The trucking industry is going to suffer. The housing market is going to suffer. Yeah, the trades across the board are going to fucking suffer. Yeah, none of this is going to be good. None of this. Donald Pierce, thank you very much for the tip. What do you think the price of gas is going to be when we see the results of the tariff? Well, it depends because if more and more people keep losing their jobs and we head into a shit economy, you're probably going to see gas prices drop because if demand drops, if nobody's traveling, if nobody's going on vacation, if nobody's going to work, nobody's buying gas, then it could fucking tank. You know what I mean? It depends on what the demand does. Will weed suffer? I don't think weed is ever going to suffer. When has weed? I've been smoking weed since I was 13 years old. I'm going to be 53 next month. I can't think of a time in my life where weed, man, this is a rough time for weed dealers. Everybody wants weed all the time. No matter how good times are and no matter how bad times are, if there are things that people are always going to do, it's going to be this. No matter how good it is or how bad it is, people are always going to drink, people are always going to smoke, and people are always going to fuck. Those three things are always going to be in demand. What happens when you're feeling good, man? You're going to go have a couple of drinks, you're going to smoke a couple of fucking doobs, you're going to get laid, right? What happens when you are having a rough time, man? We need to get drunk, man. We need to get stoned. I need to get fucking laid, man. It just, no matter where you are in life, those three things are always on the menu. You could smoke 10 ounces a day and still be more coherent than a Trump supporter. That ain't no lie. Luckily, it's illegal by you. Why do you say luckily that it's illegal? First card was a 76 Ford LTD. Second was a 72 Olds Delta 88 Brougham. The 72 Olds Delta 88. That thing, that was the one that came with the optional luggage rack / helipad, right? It was a fucking canoe. Holy shit, man. The driver's side door of that car weighed more than the entirety of my 2021 Jeep Cherokee. The Olds Delta 8, fill it up with gas, pull out onto the highway, circle the block, fill it up again. I do remember suicide doors on some cars. The world is now saying, "Buy America." We understand. I mean, it sucks for us that didn't vote for this shit, but how will you collect tariffs if no country wants to trade with you? You got to ask the dude in the White House. Or he's not in the White House. He's actually at one of his golf resorts today because he can't be bothered to do actual business. Yeah, you need to ask him. We tried to tell everybody this shit, but nobody wanted to listen. 12 miles to the gallon. Jesus, Mary, and motherfucking Joseph. 12 miles to the fucking gallon. Fuck me. 12 miles. And how big's the tank? Is it like a fucking 903 gallon tank? My first car was an 86 Hyundai Pony. We called it the Beast. It was a giant piece of shit, but it always started as long as the choke was open. LOL, I paid $300 for it. That's what a first car is supposed to be. You know what I mean? 20-gallon gas tank. That's insane how much golfing he does. Yes, it is insane. Gas was a quarter a gallon back then. Not a quarter, but definitely a lot cheaper than it is now. That's for goddamn sure. When I first started driving, gas was under $1. Uh, when I first started smoking, cigarettes were under $1. Thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that. Yes, we are old. That ain't no fucking lie. Ain't no fucking lie. I will be 53 on May 13th, 2025. 71 Plymouth Duster. Do I think that the Dems should do what Booker did this week and every week in protest? No, I don't. Because what Booker did, while it energized some folks, it wasn't in defense of anything. It wasn't a true filibuster. Unfortunately, it wasn't. I understand people got inspired by what he did, but he did what he did to not stop anything. I just reminded, damn, you just reminded me of my mom's age. She turns 55 or turned 55 in January. It was impressive. I'm not going to say it wasn't impressive. I'm not going to say it wasn't inspiring. But no, it wasn't in opposition of anything. He wasn't trying to stop a bill. He wasn't trying to kill a bill or filibuster a bill. He just got up there and spoke. Okay. Somebody sent a clapping seal. I didn't even know that was a thing over here. That's incredible. Smokes were 97 cents a pack. Yeah, it was dirt fucking cheap, and you had cigarette vending machines all over the place. If you had a buck, you could walk up and get a pack of smokes. Pocket full of change. Crybaby. Oh shit, we got a libertarian here. Booker got camera time? You can get camera time doing a whole bunch of shit. This is illegal. What's illegal? Oh yeah, I used to bring a note to the cashier at the 7-Eleven on North Avenue in North Lake, Illinois. My mother would give me cash and a note, and the note said, "Please sell my son a gallon of milk and 2 packs of e-cigarettes," and my mother would sign it. My grandfather got his financial start smuggling stolen cultural artifacts from Korea during the war. Used his position as a chaplain in the Air Force to facilitate. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What is this? They work in the buildings with all the books? Trump. Who's Weird Flex? Who said weird? Would you Weird Flex to who about what? A centrist libertarian of sorts. Love this channel so much. Common sense. Thank you very much. The grandfather smuggler. Well, that's the end of my pop. Yeah. That's what we were talking about, going and buying cigarettes for your parents at the corner store. It was a common occurrence back in the day. Because the cashier at the local convenience store saw you in the store with your mother a bunch. Your mother got to know that person because that was, the cashier at their store, your family store. And so sending you in there with a note, that it was like, I know who this fucking kid is. eventually the stock market will rebound, but the losses are still there. The losses are still hard. And we're probably going to bottom out somewhere, and then we'll have a new norm that's much lower than the norm that we did already have. I don't see the stock market bouncing back quickly unless some economic turmoil is dealt with. 96 cents a gallon. I don't remember how much milk was back in the day. I remember when I started driving, like I said, gas was under a buck and the pack of smokes was under like 80 cents. No, we're not talking about the NBA championship. What the fuck, man? I'm missing some conversations here. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, y'all motherfuckers just like duking it out in the comment section. My dad authorized a local video store shop to rent me anything I wanted. You don't have to apologize for wing nuts low. Yes, back in the day, you could afford to egg a house. That would be an expensive endeavor today. I don't know if we're going to have even higher tariffs because now the countries are going to retaliate against these tariffs. We're already seeing it. Like China already slapped 34% on anything coming out of the United States going into the United States, into China. So now, what other countries are going to slap other tariffs our way, and which countries are just going to stop fucking trading with us as long as he's in office? I mean, and that's what's going to happen. Countries are going to stop trading with us. Look, a trader on all those channels. What? What is a cockwomble? I have no idea what a cockwomble is. I would imagine if you've heard that word somewhere, that the people who you heard it for or from would be able to better explain to you what a cockwomble was. I wouldn't even venture to guess what one was. Trump acts like he's under the assumption these other countries can't retaliate. When they can and will, it's going to be absolutely catastrophic. Yeah, because they'll retaliate, and then he'll turn around and he'll up the tariffs on them, and it'll be a dick measuring contest till the end of fucking his presidency. What did you trade with the United States that you have stopped trading with, Keith? Oh yeah, they will stop trading. China did it the last time around when he was in office the first time. They said, "Fuck you, we're not going to take any of your agricultural exports. Figure it out." Oh, look at that. We are now down to we're 1,638 points down for the day. Do I think this turmoil is going to take us back to the breadlines? I think that we could very well get to that point if somebody doesn't figure out a way to stop this. I think that the numbers that we're seeing are equivalent to the numbers that we saw heading into not the recession of the George Bush administration, but the Great Depression of the 1920s. Bread lines where nobody's working, and so they're all standing in line to get bread and soup for free to put something in their fucking stomachs. Thumbs up, you crackheads. Half of U.S. my toilet paper comes from Canada. That should be fun. I did not hear James Carville's latest take on Trump. Yes, Trump did say that if I think it was 2,000 points in 2 days, but whatever the number was, he has far surpassed it. How can someone bankrupt a casino? Well, when you have absolutely no upbringing to speak of whatsoever, when you were given everything but discipline in your life, when everything was purchased for you from the latest clothes and the latest the best trips and the finest foods all the way up through your actual education, when all of it was purchased from you and you are taught throughout all of it that you are genetically superior to everybody else because of who you are. You go out into the world actually believing that everything will just get taken care of if you have enough money, and that you're genetically superior to everybody else. And then you go out and you invest in casinos, and you realize now that you're in the real world that you're not genetically superior to a fucking shit stain, and you're about to fuck up everything that you touch for the remainder of your fucking existence. And so you open up a casino and you bankrupt it, not once, not twice, but I believe 6 times, 5, 6 times that he bankrupted a casino. It's a marvel of dumb fuckery, unparalleled in human history. He is one of the dumbest human beings to ever fucking exist. He is unfortunately also one of the greatest con men to ever exist. No, money doesn't buy happiness. And the person said, ask Elon. Yeah, Elon is a good example. Elon, he didn't cry when you guys, when not when I say you guys, when anybody stood outside of his Tesla dealerships. He didn't cry on TV when people lit Teslas on fire. He didn't cry on TV when people held rallies talking about how he was a fucking Nazi. He didn't cry when people equated him to the most evil people to ever exist on the planet. He went on TV and he cried when his stock uh, 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 price tanked. When Tesla lost billions of dollars, that's when he went on TV and cried. Standing outside of a Tesla dealership does nothing. No longer buying Tesla products, that's what hurts. Never struggled. No, Trump's never struggled a day in his life. Tesla schmeshla. That is correct. Donald Trump did say the first time around he wasn't going to take any donations from anybody, that he was going to finance his own campaign. He has taken millions upon millions of dollars from Americans. No, he doesn't even understand groceries. When the fuck's the last time Donald Trump went grocery shopping? Fucking never. I love Tesla. No, he doesn't have to step foot in a grocery store. That's the point. He doesn't understand it because he doesn't have to do it. J.K. Rowling is a known gay basher? Huh? Is, why are you talking about that here? He pockets $4 million every time he plays golf. You sound angry. Yeah, I am angry. My country's economy is cratering because idiots elected an idiot. We are already the laughing stock of the world. Yes, we are. Neil Gaiman is a known SA person. Okay. He's hosting a Saudi live golf tournament right now. Yep. Well, Dennis, if I sound too negative for you, then just scroll on to another live, man. Put those tomatoes back in the fridge. Huh? How's it going? Wolf bait or wolf with bat? It's going good. Oh, good Lord. People just be bitching and shit. Tom, is there a little bit of anger towards the independents and Dems that failed to show up for Harris? No, there's not a little bit of anger. There's a lot of anger. People who like to stand on their soapbox, their moral high ground, and tell us how they're not going to vote for the Democratic nominee because they don't agree with 100% of what that Democratic nominee stands for. And then have the balls to turn around and bitch about the things that Donald Trump's doing. You motherfuckers, you're the ones that help him get there. Life is too short to be bitching as you do, says the motherfucker that does nothing but bitch. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hide you in the chat so we can no longer see you bitch. So now when you bitch, it's just going to be you bitching into the internet, and none of us are going to be able to see it. So fuck you very much. Hope you have the day you deserve. Love from the North. Thank you, Time for Change. Tia is a member here, yes. We have to leave our houses and be around stupid for 12 hours a day. What is there to be happy about? What does that mean, Dagoom? Are you talking about going to work every day? Tell us when I'm coming to Canada? I don't know. You're going to go to Canada and look into refugee status? Canada should just absorb us northern states and west coast states, and then let's just call it a fucking day. Green beans are legal. They're legal here in Illinois. I spent very little time in Palatine. That was the only time I'd ever been to Dirty Nelly's. Hello, Evie. If the northern states will kick the MAGA out first, Canada will oblige. I think if Canada absorbed the northern states, if some kind of a deal was made, the MAGA would self-deport out of those states. Yes, that includes concentrates. Self-made is a myth. Self-made is a myth. Well, I can tell you what, I made this joint myself, and that's no myth. Self-made. How old are you? I will be 53 on May 13th. So technically 52. But if you're considered a person while you're in utero, then I'm 9 months older than my birthday says. So technically I'm 53. Depends on how you look at it. I read a case some years ago out of some red state where some guy that was 20 years old got popped drinking underage, and he argued that because it was within 9 months of his birthday, and that state recognizes fetuses as people, that technically he was 21 years old. When is my birthday? May 13th. Coming up. Everybody coming around the mountain when it comes, when it comes. No, I'm 53. Love you all. Anything to be part of the cure. Do you know if the guy got that? Huh? Oh, if the guy, I don't know if he did. I don't remember if he did or if he didn't. But it's a hell of an argument, right? I mean, hey, you say that I'm a fucking person at conception. So then it doesn't matter when I'm born, it matters when I was conceived. And from the moment I'm conceived to 21 years of age, that means legally I should be able to drink. Do I have siblings? I have one blood sibling, a brother, 5 years younger than me. And then I have one step brother and one step sister. Oh, I don't know how long I'm going to be running. I got to go outside and get some work done here in a minute. Is the Dow down 1,800 now? Jesus fucking Christ. We were watching it a minute ago. What do I feel about student loans? We got to change the system altogether. 1,826 points. Fuck me right in the gonads. Student loans should be interest-free and come directly from the federal government, period. But we also need to make college more affordable. We got to figure out a way to make college more affordable. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane that we take people that have, like, in many cases, have never even had a fucking job yet, right out of high school, and saddle them with enough debt to equate to a fucking lifetime mortgage just to get the education that we're telling them they need to go out and make enough money to pay that loan off for the remainder of their fucking life. It's fucking insane. What type of equipment do you use for your videos and lives? An iPhone. I have an iPhone on a phone stand on my desk, plugged into a charger. That's I press record for lives. I press start, then I talk. For videos, I press record and I talk, and then I press stop and I go throw some automatic subtitles on that, figure out a title to cover, put on it, and fucking off we go. I have an iPad, but I never fucking use it. Like never. It's actually a fucking waste. What do you think of Trump getting rid of the Department of Education? What will it do to our education system? Well, it'll mean no more protections that guarantee every student gets an education. So that's a big one. It'll affect some funding. It'll affect children with disabilities. It'll affect funding for programs with kids with disabilities. Listen, it's not going to have a positive effect, that's for sure. Hawk out in San Francisco, yeah, we're friends-ish. I mean, we're mutuals online. We have each other's cell phone numbers. We've, spoken offline a handful of times. Things of that nature. I dig him. An all right guy. School is about to be privatized. Yeah, that's what they're working on. They're working on taking as much money from the public education system as they possibly can and giving it away in school vouchers, which means they're looking at using our taxpayer funds so that their friends could pay less for their kids' education, or that the privatized schools would make more for having those kids go attend school there. What distraction tactics? What's going on? At least 14 people killed and dozen injured in Russia missile attack on Ukraine. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Astrology BS? What's going on? What are you talking about? Day one, he'll stop the war. Yes. Yeah. Um, Turns out that was bullshit. I mean, who knew? What's my zodiac? I'm a Taurus, but I don't really believe in any of that shit. Let me take a screen grab of something here. Thank you, Chris. I'll check it out when I'm done here. Oh, I don't give a shit what you have in your name. Just don't, push whatever that shit is on anybody else, and everybody's cool. If that's what you get into, dig on it. Tariffs on the penguins and other wildlife in remote islands. Genius. They literally just took a list of every country or territory on the globe, probably from like some Wikipedia list, and said, "All right, we're going to tariff the whole fucking thing, except we're going to pull out the ones we don't want to tariff." And it just went ahead and slapped the tariffs on everything. It's how fucking stupid and just fucking lazy. You know what I mean? Is it down 1,900 points now? Oh my god. Could this motherfucking thing close it down 2,000? Guys, I'm gonna wrap up here. Get ready to go do some outside work, but holy shit, yeah, this is fucking nuts. Listen, I appreciate everybody being here. Seriously, tune in on Tuesday nights. Watch my videos and share them with everybody that you possibly can. But I gotta move. I gotta get some work done.